All right. So Danny's here with us. If anyone has any questions they want to ask him about his experience or anything. Go ahead, Amy.
So Danny, as an employee, from the standpoint of an employer, I noticed one of the things you said was not to hover and not to, I call it micromanaging. So in the beginning, what would you say to an employer, as an alternative to hovering? What's a good way to check on somebody when they're newly at that job without appearing like you're hovering?
Sure. So I could actually use a recommendation that my supervisor and I do. We have weekly check-in meetings where I'm able to talk to her about this is what I'm working on, this is what I'm doing, this is the challenges and barriers that I'm experiencing, and this is the support that I need from you. And it's from those uh, weekly check-ins, with her just providing the support and recommendations back to me, and even listening to my frustrations or concerns or seeking guidance and direction. It's really strengthened our relationship to where I don't feel like she's micromanaging me. It's like we're doing a weekly check-in and she's providing me with the tools that I need to succeed.
Awesome.
Stephanie, unmute yourself.
There we go. Hi, I'm Stephanie. Danny, thank you so much for sharing all your great information. I know I could relate to some of it. I think my question is, I know you said you have quite a few degrees, and how did you go about getting an advanced degree? I have a BS already, but how did you go about doing that with being dyslexic? Because I know there's a lot more reading and writing involved in more advanced degrees. So I was wondering, how did you do that?
Thank you for that question. And you're right, there's so much more reading and writing and everything else. I can only say what works for me, and what I found that was helpful. For me, having a strong support system, having people that I can talk to, that I can vent to, that I could cry with, especially when I was feeling extremely overwhelmed, as well as having a separate system of those that would help me understand what I was reading and understand what it was I was supposed to respond back, and not being ashamed of needing that extra help, as well as going to, student services and saying, so here's the situation, so I had different types of support networks set up for myself. I had a therapist I would talk to, I had a specific family and friends I would vent to, and then I had the academia supports that would help me understand what it is that I was trying to learn. It was a little bit more time consuming and
Yeah, of
everything,
course.
and had to give up some stuff, but the end result is I wouldn't trade that for the world. I'm very grateful I put in that extra work to get that higher degree. And honestly, I'm still in therapy, and I still have my support system set up for me, even for work. I support systems, they matter.
Okay, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Yeah, because I would like to do that. I'm dyslexic as well, but it scares me. But I think you're so right. Having that support would make a huge difference, and having everything set up ahead of time. I mean, I did do the support services in community college and also it when I transferred. But I think for that, it's like so important, right? So Thank you so much for everything. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. And if you ever want to bounce things off or just want someone to vent to, it's like, okay, you've been through this. Like, I'm here. So I'm always happy to check in and be a part of that support system.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
You're
that.
welcome.